Claude has one of the best AI models ever, the Claude 3.7 Sonnet. But what if I told you that I will make this model not just write good code for you, but actually achieve results that will impress you? I'm talking videos, tools, learning, and many other things. So if you are a content creator or an entrepreneur, you will benefit from these tools. But also if you are discovering and you would like to learn a few interesting stuff that you can do with Claude, this video will be very beneficial for you. Let's get started. First of all, you need to go to Claude. So if you look right now with me, I'm just trying something related to the brand colors that I will be adapting. So I asked Claude to visualize something for me, which is the first thing that we will do. Make Claude visualize things for us, and we can use that for videos. Let's look at this demo that I prepared for you. It's basically one of my videos. I give Claude the script and asked it to create an animation for me. It's not my brand colors because back then I didn't decide that, but as you can see, it's an animation step by step mentioning each tool and the value of that tool. I can now put myself somewhere in the video, and I have me talking, and I have a visualization made 100% with AI. I even built a project, so every time I just give the content to Claude and it will do the visualization for me without having to prompt it. But let's say I'm starting from scratch. What should I do? You will come to Claude and you will tell it, so this is my prompt template. I'm asking Claude to write a prompt for me for Claude to create that visual. It tends to get good results, by the way. So that's what I did here, and I told it, okay, there is my content, so let's do something for the content we're currently shooting. So I'm getting my script here from ClickUp. I'm just pasting it in here. Then I'm gonna give it my color palette, the new one that I just picked for my channel. I'm gonna copy it, come back to Claude and paste it here, and that's it. Now, there is one thing that you can do to improve the result. So if you would like a certain style, let's say I'm gonna search infographic on Google, you can find something that you like. Let's say this, for example. You just copy this image, go back to Claude and paste it in here. So Claude will take that reference image, but just tell it here, refer to the image, and that's it. But for now, we don't have to do that. I would like the model to come up with the visualization itself. But that's something very useful if you have something in mind you would like Claude to create for you. We will wait for a few seconds. Okay, so here Claude actually started writing right away. Maybe I should have told it strictly write the prompt for the large language model, not just create. But that's fine. I think we can expect a good result. Let's see. Okay, as we see, it's ready. There is an issue here. I don't know why. But that's fine. I mean, yeah, I think it's not an error. It's actually content. So it figured out, okay, why not make it that way? Now, if you like the idea, you can publish it, and you will get a link that you can open or share anywhere. Now, to take that as a video, you can just screen record it with any screen recorder, and you have a video ready visualizing your concepts, ideas, data, or whatever. Now, idea number 2 is creating a dashboard out of unstructured data. I'll show you an example. So I'm gonna create a new chat. So I have this unstructured text, which is a comparison between 3 AI models, but I would like to visualize that as a dashboard. So I will ask Claude to create a table from it, then visualize it or create the dashboard. So I told it here is text. So I told it here is a text comparing 3 AI models. I mentioned the names, then I told it I would like to visualize it. Again, if you would like certain color palette, or you would like a certain dashboard style, you can just like search for dashboard on Google, find a certain image that you like for whatever the reason is, copy the image and give it to Claude. But for now, I just wanted to be creative and figure out something for me. Here is a tip. There are certain references that developers would go for visual inspiration or to find some code templates that they can use. So for example, here, there is this step-by-step navigation, which is super interesting. So if you would like to create something in this style, you can come to this resource and tell Claude to do something similar. From copyright point of view, I'm not sure if that's legit. That's something probably you can do. Also, you can even figure out where you can find those templates as code, give it to Claude to customize it for you. This, for some reason, gives you better results with less errors. I will make sure to leave those resources that I found in the description, inshallah, but also you can just search online, figure out something that you need, or like, I mean, an image or a template, give it to Claude to build upon it for you. Now, until Claude generates this dashboard for us, now I will move to idea number 3, which is make Claude summarize content for you. But instead of providing you with some text, it will give you some kind of interactive summary. I'm talking flashcards, dashboards, questions and answers, any type of summary you would enjoy learning from. So I have this paper that I downloaded from NVIDIA, which is related to vision large language models or vision language models. So I'm gonna just download it and I'll head back to Claude. I will insert my PDF file in here. Now I just need to prompt it to generate something interesting. So I just told it that I have the PDF attached, which is the research paper from NVIDIA. I would like to discover and learn the key concepts from it, prepare an interactive learning dashboard for me. I just mentioned a few types, an overview in the beginning, some flashcards, Q&A, and so on. And let's see what will Claude generate from that. Now, if we go to the previous generation, which is the dashboard from data, it has an issue. So I will just try fixing with Claude. So now Claude can actually do in-text or inline editing. So basically, it will not have to rewrite all this code, which will definitely take some time. So what it will do, it will try to identify where the issue is and fix it. I don't know why it didn't do that right now. It started rewriting it, which is weird. I don't know, maybe there is some kind of issue. But usually what it should be doing is just edit this part and fix it and it will work. As we see, there is still an issue with Claude, so I can try again. If I hit errors like 3 times, I would, the context window of the model will be overwhelmed and you most likely will keep just regenerating and stuff and issues will continue. As you see, it edited only the line that had the issue. It figured out there is another issue, so I think it's trying to fix it now. If it works, that's great. So now we have our interactive learning dashboard. We have an overview, key concepts, flashcards, bytes of content that you can just roll over. We have QA here, interesting, very detailed. Key findings, which is nice. I'm not gonna verify this right now, but I think it's really nice, like you turn it full text into something interactive that you can go over step by step. You can even make it create a quiz for you to test your knowledge in the end. Great for recall and so on if you're learning something you need to memorize. Now, if I go back to the comparison dashboard, here is the result, which is interesting. There is an overview of the models. There is a model comparison radar, which is nice, I guess. The O3 and GPT 4.1 have high reasoning. I didn't know that. And best use cases for each, that's nice. Capabilities, and there are these tables. We can verify the input types quickly. Yes, that's great because they are multimodal. Well, that's really good. The pricing given here, it's doing some comparison, performance. If you're learning, if you're doing something, share. You can even take screenshots of these, post it on social media. You can screen record that as you are explaining. Maybe you have a tutorial. You can just go over these. You can customize and brand them for yourself, for your brand, which is super useful. Now, number 4 will blow your mind because actually there are multiple use cases for this, which is make Claude prepare a tool for you. Create a tool for you that you can use or even make your audience use. So instead of just going in, mentioning those data and so on, I can create a tool or like a calculator. So I will have some kind of input, like how many videos I would produce, and it will tell me how much money I will save, how much time I will save, and so on. To do this, actually, we need some data. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and I will ask it to do some research for me. It's best if you do deep research, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna do some research. So I just told it to find me some facts, data, and statistics about saving time and money for content creators and entrepreneurs, definitely depending on AI, right? So it started researching and it got some data. I'm not gonna have to verify that for now. I'm just gonna copy content here. Then I will go back to Claude. I'm gonna open a new chat. Again, there is this tool that I will mention later that will save you time if you recreate from time to time. So I told it, please let's create an interactive calculator tool where the user will insert some data and get how much money and time they will save. I started planning, so I told it to plan for this tool first. It's better if you go step by step with the model, ask it to edit some things and so on, and then make it build it. So that's better. It tends to get better results. Even sometimes if you ask it to specify what libraries it's gonna use and so on. Anyways, it started working, but after planning, so I expect a good result. Again, if you need branding here, you just give it your color palette. And there is a tip here, by the way. So there is coloradobe.com, where you can find free color palettes or build your own. So let me just cancel those here. Here you can choose your colors, and it will give you, a fine palette, I would say. I don't know. But easier, you can go to Explore, find some kind of color palette here. You can open it and copy the X to Claude to use it in the code. Now let me explain this very useful feature in Claude that will save you time, especially if you regenerate things from time to time. So let's open a new Claude. If we navigate to the top left, we have something called projects. Here, it's like custom GPTs. It's like customizing Claude for a specific purpose, providing it with some instructions that you don't have to repeat yourself each time. So I have multiple here actually. One that writes prompts for me to generate AI thumbnails, another to create visualizations for me. I mean, I don't really depend on it that much, but when I'm in a hurry, I just give it to this one. I have another one for carousels and so on. Let me open one for you to show you how it works. So you need to give it a name, you need to give it some kind of description, and you need to give it knowledge and instructions. So knowledge is, for example, like your color palette, some information about you, your content, your business, whatever. And here you have instructions. So let me show you something that I have instructions. So here, if we look at instructions, specific instructions. One of them, for example, always brand the design for me, where also the aspect ratio should always be 16:9 and so on. I didn't give it knowledge here, but you can do that if you need. To create a new one, you just come back here, new project, you give it a name, you give it, the description, then create project. Now you can even customize it further with knowledge. You can just upload any file here. You can even give it some code from GitHub or files from Google Drive, which I have integrated here, which makes things very easy, I would say. And you can just add some instructions here. Now back to our calculator, we have it ready. Let's publish it to try it in full screen. So in the video, instead of just talking numbers, I can just come here and say, so let's say I'm creating videos in the e-commerce space, and I would spend 2 hours per day. I have 4 members in my team. The average hourly rate, let's say $20, monthly content pieces produced, let's say 30, and AI tool planning to implement, content creation, image generation, data analysis, customer service, video production. I would go all in with AI, and now it will tell me, okay, you're saving 206 hours per month, around $50,000 a year, and this is your ROI and so on. And it's giving me some charts, some guide in here, and so on. And I can even generate leads with this. How? Because I can build this tool, publish it on my website where people can just go in, use the tool for free, and I would incentivize them somehow, put their email address, right? Maybe I will tell them, okay, if you need a free consultation to implement AI in your team, put in your email, and I will contact you. And more people will sign up, obviously, because they would like to achieve this result, right? I mean, in order to get something more accurate, we need a certain workflow, I believe. And I'm gonna make a video about this, inshallah, very soon. So if you are interested, please drop a comment in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope my English is not that bad and you still can keep up. I'm working on it and I'm trying to improve it. If you have any feedback, please leave it for me in the comments. Now let's move to idea number 6, which is create a project to reproduce something you need all the time, which is something I really use very often, which is make AI write emails for me. I'm not talking text email, I'm talking code email. So I use MailerCloud for email automation. Let me log in and show you what I mean. So we have over 3,000 subscribers, I guess. We have multiple automations. One of them is very interesting and important for me, which is the AI Automation Club for the Arab audience. So I have multiple emails here. All of them were designed by AI. Let me try to open one of them to show you the design. So it's a interesting minimalist design, and it was written by AI. I have other better design with more details. Let me show you one. This one here, which has some images, some videos, thumbnails for me that people can click and watch those videos, and some buttons and so on. All this was made by AI. Even the content was made by AI. I mean, I definitely gave it the reference content from my videos, but it curated it for me. So in order to do this, let's go back to Claude. And here you need to create a new project. I already have one. Let me show it to you, which is Khabir Online Hossam Email Writer, whatever the name is. Probably a terrible name, but anyways, I just gave it, like this prompt about what it should be doing. I give it some data about how I write, and my bio, data about my online platform where I provide courses in the Arab world, and some kind of instruction. So whenever I come here and I have a content idea, I tell it, okay, this is my script. Let's plan for an Arabic way of writing. You can do that in any language, by the way. You just, if your language, like in Arabic, we write from right to left, you just tell it to do that. Now it will start writing the email itself. You can just ask it to change a few things here and there. That's totally fine and up to you. So in the beginning, it wrote the outline. I will ask it to write the email itself. Again, Claude just started writing the email with code, not the email itself. I prefer if it writes the email because I will have some edits, some things that I would like to do. Then I will ask it to code it for me. But that's fine. Now, as we see, we have the email ready. We just need to copy it as code, of course. You can also download the HTML and upload it in your email provider. That's totally fine. I will go to the template gallery, create a new template, give it a name, create. Now, I'm gonna code it myself, import HTML or paste the code. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my code here, and as you see, it works fine. In Claude, if you give it some images, it will not be able to render it here because that server is offline probably, but in your email provider it should work. You will be asking, how do I give Claude those images? It's simple. You upload those images on your server. I have my WordPress website where I have those images. I just copy those image URLs and I give it to Claude. So I tell him, okay, this is my image. This is the meaning of that image, so it uses it. So actually here, it made a mistake. It used an image that is irrelevant to this idea. But what you can do, just replace this image URL if you need, or tell Claude to do that for you. So that's totally fine. I just made it to, I give it just like a repo of images that it would reuse in the design, and later on I can just, change anything. But that's brilliant. I mean, the email is ready. My links should be working fine. This is my first YouTube channel. Here is my second one. The URLs are working perfectly. So that's really good. I can just continue and send that email campaign for people. I can just even insert some videos here if I need, or GIFs or whatever. I can ask Claude to do that. So this saves a lot of time for me, honestly. Claude has been game changer for my content, my business. I even made it create an interactive outline for one of my courses to send it to the client so they can, navigate into the sections, subsections, goals of the content, and so on. And I didn't write a single code or design anything. Now, number 7 is really good as well, and it will serve you if you are a content creator, if you are an entrepreneur, basically if you deal with image generation. So it will basically write prompts for you. So I have created a project also for that. That's YouTube thumbnail designer with AI. I gave it important data about YouTube thumbnails. So these are like the winning formula of a YouTube thumbnail. So I will come here, I will give it the title, and it should now ask me a few questions or suggest some ideas. So these are ideas for thumbnail design. Let's see. Actually didn't understand that for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I should tell it what I mean. So I told it, here is my video topic, come up with some ideas based on that formula that I gave you. I'm not sure why it didn't work right away. ChatGPT would do that perfectly. But that's fine. We have the before after split, the shocked face plus number, the question hook, the demonstration preview. Probably that one will be interesting. So write the prompt, and I chose the idea, so it will start writing the prompt for me. I can even give it some previous prompts, but I didn't do that in the project. But it's better if you do that. So if you come up with some prompts that really generate good results for you, you can give it to Claude. But for now, let's take that. And in order to use that model, the GPT-1 image, which is one of the best models right now, you can use it in ChatGPT or in Sora. And let me show you. I prefer Sora, honestly. It gets you better results. And if you look at, the things that I have done here, I have been depending on it so much for design. It can really make awesome YouTube thumbnails. I created a full tutorial about that. If you would like, you can watch it. I highly encourage you to do that if you are a YouTuber. I'll give it the prompt, and here I'm gonna choose one of my images. Let's choose this one, remix. And this model takes some time, like 1 minute plus. Okay, we have a result. I mean, we should have picked another aspect ratio, but that's totally fine. 7 Claude hacks you need save time, I guess. And in the background, we have research, image drafting, data visualizations, and some ideas. It's interesting. It's really nice. I like it. I mean, maybe that time-saving thing, I didn't grasp it fully, but you can regenerate until you reach something. So you see, it helped you find or come up with ideas, write the prompt, regenerate with another model. This saves really a lot of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for continuing up till the end. And if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Moreover, if you have a certain question, something you would like to do, especially AI automation stuff for content creators and entrepreneurs, I would be more than happy to help you with that. Just drop them in the comments. I think I'm gonna form a community very soon, inshallah. So if I do that, or if it's already ready, I'm gonna leave it in the comments and the description. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.